Okay. So good afternoon. Oh. Guys who are all using the chairs, okay, only probably for today or tomorrow, you might be facing the difficulties in sitting in the chair. From day after tomorrow, the attendance will gradually reduce. I know. Okay. I'll tell. Why I'll tell. Okay. Come right here. Come. Okay. Before we start the session, I just want to confirm only for the online students. Online guys, could you please confirm me in the chat box whether my voice is reaching you guys properly? Just confirm me once. And how about the video? Is it fine? No, only for online. Only for online. Super. For the very first time, I'm seeing that this many of the crowd for the manual testing, especially. Great. I said no. 1 or 2 days, the crowd will be like this. From the third or fourth day onwards, it will gradually come down. By end of the session, I can see, no, I can count the number of heads. 10, 15, 20, maximum will be 30. Okay, so don't worry about, okay, how we can able to accommodate over here. It's so, I do understand sitting at one place for more than 1.5 hours, listening to the boring lectures. It will be a very, difficult for the students. Okay. Cool. So, I want to do it. See, I'm getting so much of nervous seeing this many crowds. Great. Okay. How's the things are going on, guys? Let's forget about the technology. Let's keep it apart. Again, for the next 20, 25 days, you'll be seeing me. Forget about the technical part. How's things are going first? Okay, why you guys are differentiating here only girls, here only boys? Why? Why? I can see only the girls here. I can see only the boys here. Why? Ah, how many of them? Hardly 5. Look at the ratio of boys. Turn back and see the look at the ratio. Why is that so? Gender discrimination. Single life. I'll come back to that part. Cool. I don't want you to, sit in such a way. I can only see, Did anyone tell you to sit like this? No, you're simply accommodated like this. Okay. Okay. Let me ask the simple question. How's the things are going in your life, guys? Okay. I'll come back to why I'm asking this question. Actually, this is the second technology, right? I think the Java is been started. Just taken, I think the January A1 batch and A2 batch is combined here. That's the reason I can see so many of the crowd. Over there, am I reaching you properly? Last bench, guys. How about now? How about now? Perfect. Cool. Where are we actually? I was asking something. How's the life going on actually? I didn't get any answers. Going good. Wonderful. Boring. Why, what happened? Nothing is happening. No, why is not happening? Tell. Ladies first. Come. Why? No answers. Boys, anyone for mechanical here? Only this much. Mech ratio is only this much. I can see only 1 or 2 hands over there. Mech. Okay. Anyone? Everyone knows Kannada here? Okay. How many of? Okay. Wait. How many of you are non-Kannadigas? Okay. No problem. I'll translate you. Okay. I'll translate. No problem. ಹೆಂಗ್ರಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸೂಪರಾ ಓಕೆ ಕೂಲ್ I came here telling some boring stories, asking the questions. Yeah, this will be the boring session only. First of all, I would thank the management for giving me the opportunity to teach for your batch. That too, especially manual testing class. Okay. Why is manual testing? How the subject is, everything we'll see. There are lots of things has to be discussed. We'll see that later. No problem. Before starting, let me introduce myself first. Okay, because I cannot ask this numbers. Okay, even it will be very difficult for me to remember your names. Faces I can remember, no problem. Okay, because you already know in the Java some of the concepts they might have said that the human brains are designed to keep the figures, not the images. No, no, no. Don't go anywhere, somewhere over there. Okay, cool. Let me introduce myself first. Myself, Sandesh. Okay, I work as a technical trainer. I teach up multiple technologies over here in the KodNest. I have like almost 1.5 years experience with the KodNest, and the experience is really good. And coming to my education background, I have done BE in mechanical. And I have my post-graduation in data science and machine learning from the University of Rennes. Rennes, France. Rennes, France. It's like, no, it's an open university. Don't think like, okay, I have been to France or been, no. Okay, so that is a small introduction about me. And I will be handling the manual testing for your batch, both January A1 and A2. Let me see how much you will be interactive with me. I don't know how the things would go also. Initially, it will be, I can see these many phases, but the subject is only like this, what to do. It is a completely theory-oriented subject, first thing. And don't scold me. Okay, if you want to scold, you can scold in your mind. Sir, what, sir, this bowling lecture. Java was very interesting. Probably you might be very interesting. You're like this and all. That wow feeling will not come in the manual testing. First thing, okay. You have to develop the wow feeling just by yourself. I cannot create the wow feeling. Okay, this is a typical boring session. How many of you from CS? CS, ratio is good. Very hot over here. I had a hood. Cool. Let's start. Let's start, or let's introduce something. No, don't want, right? Already bored. What to do? Okay. Why you are here? Why you are sitting here, spending like 1.5 hours of time? Why you want to sit here? What? To get placed. To get placed, you are here spending your 1.5 hours of time. Studying purpose. Okay. Let me ask this question after 1 month. Okay, for 1 month, you have to be very honest in telling the same question. Okay, cool. You know what? Why you are here attending my lecture? Anyone? You know why? Guys, I'm audible to the last. Perfect. Okay. Don't sleep in my class. Okay, if you want to sleep, yeah, sleep. But there are CCTV cameras. They'll be watching you, and they'll come and ask me why you in the batch your students are sleeping. Cool. Why are you here, girls? Anyone? Girls, you have to open your mouths in your class. First thing, you have to open your mouths. If not, this is not the right place. You have to open your mouth. Boys, especially, you also have to do it. Okay, why are you here? Okay, why are you here? To learn the multiple technologies. When I ask the question, see, majority of them here to learn the Java. I also know that, right? Now I also came from there only. Don't tell me lies. Why are you here? Why you want to learn the multiple technologies? Especially this manual testing is this. Okay. Who are all opted for MCP2? MCP2. Oh, gracious. Oh, okay. Jana Sagara. Cool. I'll come back to MCP2 part, but we have included this manual testing in the MCP1 also, especially for this web development, full stack web development course. Why? Is there any idea about it? Sir, you don't have any things to add. That's the reason you have added. Is that fine? Is that the answer? Okay. See, let me give you a clarity about, because as the testing is they have given for me, it's my subject. I have to, give build up for this subject. First thing, if you like it or don't like it, I have to give the build up. Simple. If I'm taking the Python, I have to give the Python build up. Simple, right? Because just because it is my subject, I have to give the build up. Don't tell, sir, what all the things you will tell, it doesn't matter in the real world, sir. It doesn't have seen. I have heard so many things. Sir, testing career, they don't have a career in the testing. Some of you might have that myths in the, I don't know. Have you heard about all these myths? Then why are you here? Where have you heard this myths? Have you heard about this myths? No. No. Any one of your friends are working in testing domain? Are they getting salaries? Are they getting salaries? Perfect. How much? Huh? 40. 30, 40. Sure. Okay. As a developer also testing they are doing? See, for example, if you hired as a developer, will you do the testing? Yes or no? No. Okay. See, there are some myths which is running in everywhere. What is that myths? These are the myths. Probably you joined here KodNest. Majority of them opted for MCP 1, and you opted for a full stack development course, which includes your end-to-end full stack development. Along with one additional subject also, they have added this manual testing. Why they might have framed this one? Very, very simple, I'll tell. If they get to know, once you complete the certificate, you'll complete the complete course, you'll get a certificate. There will be mentioning, right? A full stack development course from the KodNest. Have you seen our certificates, which we used to post it in our Instagram page? As soon as they see that thing, there are high chances they might ask you some related questions related to testing also. That is one probably. I'm not telling it will be asked, but there are high chances they might be asking it. Secondly, imagine you hired as everyone will hire as the full stack developer. Okay, everyone, you guys will going to become so-called as software engineers in the future. You know that, right? Irrespective of whatever the branches you are going to become the software engineers in the future, right? Especially mechanical, civil. Anyone from fashion technology, leather, ceramic, chemical? No, only core branches. EEE, EC, IT, CS, Mech, civil. Anything I left out? You're from mechatronics, mechanical. Okay. So you are going to become the software engineers in the future. Okay. Imagine you got hired as a software engineer. Probably you'll be working for more than 3 years or 4 years. That is how your career path would be going. Once you gain some experience in the organization, you will be promoted as a manager or a team lead. Right? That is how the career path would go. Now, under you do not imagine only the developers will be there. Okay. This is a reality. I'm telling what is happening in the IT industry. Especially this will be happening in the startup companies. Don't tell, sir, I will go for Infosys, sir. I'll come back to that part also. Okay. When you are hired as the full stack developer or a software engineer from the mid-cap companies or the startup companies, whoever will be trained under you, they have to report it to you. Don't imagine only the developers will be there. Okay. Imagine that one intern came, he joined as a QA engineer, quality assurance engineer. He will find one problem. Okay, he'll come back to you because he's the one who, it is your duty to take care of him because you are the report. I mean, for him, you are the reporting manager. Now you have to go, he'll come to you, he's found out some problem over there. Sir, I'm facing some problem here, sir, in this particular thing. Can you solve this, sir? He'll come and ask to you. Oh, I'm not a test engineer. Go. I'm a developer. Can you tell like this to that small kid? Don't think it's a kid. Just imagine to the kid. Can you tell, hey, I'm a test engineer. I'm a senior developer. Why you're asking me, coming and asking about the testing part? No, go there. You'll tell like this. I've been in Kannada, still more that masala I would have added, but in English, we cannot do that thing. Live. Okay. So, two things it is very important for you to sustain in the industry. See, getting job is okay, but sustaining in the industry is also very important, right? At that time, if that small guy asks you the simple question that if could not able to solve this problem, do you think you'll be having a still reputation in the organization? No. At least a basic of the testing you need it. At least basic. It's not like the end-to-end you have to do, just a basic. And I know some of them will also not learn the basics also, but it is my duty to deliver the content for you. Taking is up to you. But I'm telling, to sustain in the organization and clearing up the interview, some part of the testing is very, very important. And there is something called as unit testing, and even the developers will also do that thing. So to get the multiple technologies knowledge, we have introduced the testing into your full stack development also, because there are high chances they might ask you the questions related to testing. I'm not telling they will be asking, they might ask you the questions. And when you go and join the organization, at least having the basic knowledge of this testing is very, very important. It's very important. That's the reason we have included the manual testing, only manual testing, not automation. Automation is only in the MCP2, or manual testing in both of the modules. That's the one reason. And how much you take is left to you. Again, I'm telling. Okay. Again, before starting, okay, this is very, very important thing. Before starting my boring lectures, daily it will be boring only. Okay, now only it's getting bored, I know. Not daily it will be there. But you got no other choice. You have to sit in my class and you have to listen to this boring lecture, or you can watch it online. Anything is easy for you, you can do it. But it will be a boring class. First thing. And don't complain to me, sir. What are all these things? We have learned this in our, in my engineering, or especially software engineers like CS. Have that module, right? Software engineering module. Subject was there. There probably everything you might have learned. Let me see how much you have you learned that subject first. Have you learned? Guys, software engineering is a subject, non-CS branch. Okay. Okay. So see, already some of them are sleeping. Okay. Again, I'm telling this will be the boring session. Again, I'm telling stretching a lot. Okay. And in my class, I don't know how you guys will follow in the rest of all the classes. In my class, you have to follow some protocols. Sir, first of all, it is a boring session. On top of it, we have to follow the protocols also. Yes, you have to do. You have to do. You got no other choice, friends. You got no other choice. What is the protocols? You know, as this is a boring class and it is a completely a theory-oriented subject, I will be giving you a lots of notes to write. Okay, lots and lots of notes to write. I'll be dictating. You have to keep on writing the notes. Don't worry. I have my PDF notes also. I'll give it that. But by the end of the session, I'll give. When I complete the manual testing, no, it would go for another 20-25 days, or 20-23 days. It will go. By the last day, I will give you that. But in between, if you got any opportunity in this 25 days, probably tomorrow, day after tomorrow, in the next week, you have one interview, which they'll be asking for full stack or a generic domain. At that time, you should have some basic knowledge, right? Anyhow, you'll be learning the Java, that's fine. But the multiple technologies knowledge you have to have, right? That's the reason I'll be giving you the writing the notes is a very, very important thing. And how you have to write the notes, you know? How you'll write? Anyone note shorthand here? Shorthand? No. Okay. As I said, you have to write a lot. Again, please don't scold me. maintaining a notes is very, very important. And I want you to maintain a one separate small book, which is of 50 pages. Small book is fine for me. I'm not asking you 200 pages, big book, nothing. 50 pages of the small book would suffice. Can you guys do that? Everyone. I don't want you to know one book, one Java, backside, reverse. No, don't do like that. Sir, I have bought 200 pages, sir. 400 pages, big book I have, sir. Front, you know the two sides we can write. How many of you have done this? Please don't do it here. Don't do it. Okay. Maintain a one simple book. Let it be a diary also, no problem for me. Okay. Let it be a diary also, no problem. But I want you to maintain a notes, which is very, very important. You will get to know the importance of maintaining the notes here. Okay. That is the second thing. Third thing. This manual testing, as I said, it is a 70% of the theory-oriented subject. I myself only will keep on shouting. You guys don't have to shout or open your mouths, nothing. Okay, you just have to simply sit in the class, simply, even if you sleep also, no problem. But I want you to sit in the class, at least listen to some of the things. Okay, 70% will be the theory. I will be keep on shouting like this. Okay, till the first hour, till I end, I'll be keep on shouting it. Okay, this is the third thing. 30% is the practical thing, and that too, you don't have to open your laptops and do anything. I myself only share the screen, I'll only do it. You just have to see, that's it. See, this you can do or not? Can you guys do this? Just simply sit, see, that's more than sufficient. You don't have to do anything apart from this. Like how your Java, write a program, open your laptops, code one more time. In programming session, again, you have to type. All this dramas, nothing would be there. Programming started for you. Started. Are you guys ready to do all these things? Surely. Sure. Let me see. Okay. Now, before understanding, any of the technologies, why you are learning here, because probably you started with the Java, you understood why the Java, what is the history of a Java, why you have to learn this, all these things you might have known, right? From the scratch, they have started. See, in KodNest, we follow the same thing irrespective of whatever the technology is started. We will think that once you are here, you are like a small kids for us. We have to teach you from ABCD. Okay, from the ABCD, irrespective of whatever the branch. So I also teach my subject from ABCD. And children, are you ready? Super. Miss Mama. Someone said yes, ma'am. Am I looking like a ma'am? No. Guys, don't do all these things, sir. Don't convert all these things. Huh? Don't do it. Okay. Let's make this more interactive session, guys. Don't want to do just listen to this boring, like don't want to do it. Let me make it interactive. As I said, we start from the scratch. It is important for you to know the history of that particular technology, because just because they have given me the testing, as I said, in my testing class. And one more thing, this is very, very, very important thing. In my class, okay, my biggest enemy is the developer, because that is my energy. I have to make it. Whoever is teaching you the Java or Python, they are the enemies for me. And in my class, you have to sit with respect to the perception of a test engineer. Why I'll tell? Why I tell? If you just sit in the perception of testing, is more than sufficient to clear up any testing interview. I'll prove that thing. Just see. Okay. I might sometimes stamp the developer's duty. I might not highlight their part. And don't think I saw what. I don't go and complain to Puneet sir there. Sir, he is telling like that. Okay, don't do it. Okay. So in my class, you have to sit, and some or other ways I'll tell you when the time comes. I'll tell you. But you should be in our perspective of a test engineer. How the perspective of how the test engineer would see the word. How in the Java you will see an object in an object orientation view, right? right? That is how they have made one diagram, big diagram, God, man, object, like that. In my class, you have to sit and listen to the lecture with respect to the test engineer. What all the test engineers would do, those things will be learning, not so much. Okay. Ready? Super. Now, you know what? Why this testing is important for us? Any one question, especially. And one more thing, guys. When I'm asking the question, my questions will be only for the CS and IS. Okay. When I'm asking the questions, I'm not at all asking to any other domain. Mechanical, Papa, they don't know anything about it. Literally, they don't know. Have you guys know this? When have you seen ASH include stdio.h? First year. Papa, they don't know anything. Triple E live. EC only one semester C program might have come in their academics. I don't know about it. 1, 2. Whatever the questions I'm asking, no, it is only for the CS and IS students. It's left to you. Either you want to sit in the front or sit at the back, whatever is left to you. But again, I'm telling, I'm not pointing at 1%. Hey, no. You tell, Guptal Govinda antare gotta? Did you understand? No. How to tell in English that? In the group, we can individually, if we tell something, that guy will, anyone will point out. In the group, if we tell, how can we point out that particular thing? So what you do is, in the group, you tell the answer. In the group, it's better. When I ask the question, you tell it in the group. Okay, don't make you only your voice. This don't make it. Okay, done. Cool. Now, why this testing? Why it is important? Why you have to learn the testing? Let me tell you one boring story of it. Again, boring story. See, as I said, testing is only boring, guys. You have to excuse me. First of all, you have to excuse me. Okay. Let me tell you one story behind this one. Okay. Our grandmother used to tell the stories. No. Vandanondu kaladalli, one long time ago, once upon a time, like this, they used to tell a story. No, I'll also tell you one story. In today's class, let me finish off all this story. From the next class, I'll start up with the actual concept. First thing, the story is very, very important for you to learn. Okay. Now, why this testing created as a separate domain in the IT industry? Probably if you are all developers, you can only do the testing also. No. Is there anyone said that, oh, you're a developer, you should not do the testing? Now they have done. Why they have done? There is a story behind that. Because why this so-called stupid developers have done something, okay? What they did, I'll tell. What they did, I'll tell. I'll tell that. Okay. Now, once upon a time, long, long ago, there were some persons. Those persons, we used to call them as so-called as great developers. Okay. In a simple way, if you want me to tell is, any person who designs the software or who develops the software, probably you're all are learning in your Java. You are going to become the developers. Okay. You guys, your ancestors, what they have done? No. Way back in 1950s or 55, in that era, the person who used to develop a software, we call them as great developers. Even today also, we call them as the great developers only. Okay. Now, what these people used to do is, they used to build a software. Now, once they imagine that they built a software which does this operation. What is that operation? Addition of two numbers, right? What might be the device that they have invented? What is the device? Huh? Calculator or abacus? No. Don't go there. Abacus is not that. The developers also don't know abacus and all. Okay. they developed something called as calculator. Okay, which is that company? I don't want to mention that company name. That company is something XXX company. Even today also the company is there. Okay, company name is in the sense they have already taken that company. I'll tell you the story. There is one company. Those company developed one calculator way back in 1950s. Now you don't ask me the question, sir. Before 1950s, it was not there. The people were not calculating. Why? Can you tell me why I'm stretching this number this year? Have you guys attended the first class of Java? Second, first or second? Attended everyone. Can you tell me why? Java came up. Well, I'll tell you. This is the era where they got invented the microprocessor, right? Your Java trainer might have said the complete story about the microprocessor, right? Sorry? The computer got invented in that era. Is it? I don't know. I don't know. When I'm talking about the microprocessor, it is the chip that I'm talking about, not the system. Okay. Let me get a clarity about that. Okay. It was in that era from 1950s to 1955, way back in that. Because why I'm stretching this thing is, your microprocessor also got, when I tell about the invented, it is not like the overnight you got invented, right? It takes a long time for the invention. They might starting from 1940s, probably yes, 1940s, 45s, in that era, they might have invented in the 1950s. Because just because you know the microprocessor got invented, then only you guys managed to talk to the system, right? That is what your Java trainer have said. Starting with the Fortran. Remember, first class. Second class, huh? Second class. Okay. Second class. So at that time only the microprocessor got invented, and once the people, you know, are very, they invented something called as microprocessor. They were very, very happy. Till then they are doing. They are doing this 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, 6, everything they were doing. Now, you know, see, I'll prove you one thing. There is one thing. You guys are going to become the software engineers, right? And by default, the software engineers are so lazy in nature. Very, very lethargic. What is that laziness? I'll tell in the upcoming class. Okay. By default, ask mechanical guys, ask civil, how active they are, you know. The software engineers are very, very lazy. Why? I'll tell. Okay. Okay. In the people used to count those things in those era, in that time. Then suddenly what happened is like they were very fed up of counting the numbers. They want something to do that job. They invented something called as one device which used to do some small operation, which is calculating or making addition of two numbers. Now the great developers used to develop the same thing. They developed it. Now imagine that I'm a developer. I'll develop the same thing. Will I keep the software for me only? To whom I have to give? See, someone has given the requirement for them. Imagine there is one customer, he's a customer, he come and ask to me in a company, sir, I want one device, sir, which has to do two operations. You want some device? Tell me the requirement. I'll tell you what is this requirement. Tell me what are the things you need. I'll collect everything based on his requirement. I'll start designing this software. This is what you will be doing in your Java or Python. I'll tell you. Okay. Now, once I completely build that software, to whom I have to give? For him only I have to give, right? Because that guy has asked that. He'll come to my company, he will pay some amount. I have to give the software for him. This is how the process. Even today also we'll do the same thing, right? Now, once I design this software, simply I cannot give it to him. Simply I cannot give it to him. I have to do one thing here. What is that? I have to test that software. No matter in whichever the industry you go, you will be doing the testing. Car, have you done the test drive? Mechanical domains, people, you know how the industries works, right? In every industry, testing would be there because just this is IT industry, testing is also in the IT industry. Before giving the product to the customer, you have to perform the testing. This is the rule. Okay. Now, who used to do this testing? in 1955? This stupid guys, this guys only used to do the testing. How they used to do the testing, imagine this is a calculator. How they used to do the testing, I'll show. Even today also, the people will write something called as test cases. I'll tell you what is this. How they used to do the testing, now I'll represent. In some big picture, I'll just show. In depth, we'll see in the upcoming class. Now, to perform any testing, first and the foremost thing is, you have to write something called as test cases. Throughout your developer journey, throughout your testing journey, you will be hearing this one word called as test cases. Even the developers, everyone will be doing this. What is that? I'll tell. What is this test case? Where we have to write? I'll show you. In some normal example I would give. As I said, this great developers, they only used to do the testing and all. How they used to do is by writing something called as test cases. Where they used to write this test cases? There is something called as test case template. Test case template. Don't think what is this test case template? Is nothing but your Excel sheet. In those days, have you seen the ledger books? Have you seen big book? In that book, they used to make it some columns. They used to maintain something. Nowadays, we have so many tools to do that. We have a Google Sheets, we have an Excel sheet. Nowadays, we'll be doing in olden days. I'm talking about 1955. They used to maintain one record. This is only what we recently called as. We will be calling this as test case template. What this template would be consisting of? Some columns would be there. See, these many columns would be there. For example, we'll be having inputs, expected output, actual output, status, or result. These many things would be there inside this test case template. These are the columns. Don't worry about what exactly all these things are. I'll tell you. I'm just telling you the story. That's it. Now, two things you understood. This great developers only used to build the software, and they themselves only used to test the software also. How they used to test the software? By writing something called as test cases, where in the test case template. Simple. Clear? Any doubts? Now, how they used to test this software, For example, imagine there are two numbers, right? They have to give two numbers. They have developed the software. Imagine this is a calculator. This is a calculator. How they used to do like this? See, at first, they used to give some random values for this. For example, like this. Initially, first they would give A value as 5 and B value as 0. Okay. Now the same thing they used to write it here like this. A is equal to 5, B is equal to 0. Now they have designed this software, right? This calculator, they have designed it, right? They used to open this. They used to give this value like this. 5 plus 0 is equal to. Like this, they used to press it. Before pressing, see, very, very simple. For a normal person, if I ask you, what is the value of this? 5 plus 0? According to your knowledge, you tell. Everyone agree? 5 plus 0 is 5? You know? 5 plus 0 is equal to 5. This answer you're only telling. I'm not telling. Okay? Oh, simple. This is what you're expecting. Right? You're expecting this answer. Now, press the same in the same calculator. They press it like this. 5 plus 0 is equal to, and they were expecting something from the machine. What is that expecting? That will be displaying something. We don't know that whatever the calculator used to display, the same thing they used to enter over here. Because they are the developers who have developed the software. Simple. Once the 5 plus 0 is equal to, whatever it has been displayed, same thing, they used to write it in over here. Now, say for an example, if they press 5 plus 0 is equal to, imagine the software has given this output. Same output it has given. Now you tell me, whatever you are expecting and what the software is giving, is both the things are matching? It is matching or not? It is matching. If it is matching means this particular test case is pass. What did it? I said clap your hands. Sorry, non-connect. I said clap your hands. For the first time, you have written one test case and executed the test case also. Okay. Now for this, they won't be stopping it. They'll be doing multiple operations like this, like 10 times, 15 times they used to do. Imagine one more time I would do it. Okay. This time I would give one more value. Same thing here. I would give A is equal to 10, B is equal to 0. Let it be one random value. Same, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 0. What you are expecting from this? Everyone agree? You're expecting 10. Now, they have developed, no, your great developer have developed this software, no, on this one. They used to type 1, 0, 10 plus 0 is equal to, whatever it is showing here, same thing they used to write it here. Imagine, for his luck, even the software gives the same one. Now, whatever you are expecting, what the software is giving, is both the things are matching? If it is matching means this particular test case ID is pass. Super. Clap, no problem. For the last time, I'll write down one thing because I'm a developer. Let me write one last thing. Now, this time, what I'll do is, I will just change this thing. For example, imagine I'll give A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 5. Same thing, I'll write it here. A is equal to 5. A is equal to 0. B is equal to 5. Now you tell me what, guys, what you are expecting. Everyone agree? It's 5? 5. Now, same thing, same old story. I'll take out the calculator. I'll press 0 plus 5 is equal to, some answers would be displayed over here. Same answer I'll represent over here. This time, imagine it is displaying me this output. Listen, imagine. Okay. Now, whatever you are expecting and what the software is giving, does both the things are matching? No, right? It is not matching. If it is not matching means this particular test case is fail. How do you react for fail? Hey, clap is for pass. Fail. Okay, this is fail. Now, one fact I will tell in the IT industry, because this is very, very important for you to know, because you won't be knowing anything about the IT. Has everyone are fresher here or anyone experience? No. Okay. See, when you hire as an engineer, once you get into the organization, probably you will be initially you'll be hired as a probationary, probably intern or something like that. Once you complete your probationary period, you will be deployed into the project depending on the market. Okay. Now, once you deployed into the market, there'll be something called as billing they would do. Billing means what? So far, whatever you have learned, no, that the company is paying for your training. Imagine that they have spent 1 lakh or 2 lakhs on your training. But once you have been deployed into the project will be given by someone else, right? Those people will be giving you some amount, not for you, for the company. Even there also something they would do. Imagine that they give 1 lakh, they would take 150,000 and give back to 15. That is what we call it as a billing. Okay. Now, to make this one, basically once you go into the organization, you will get to understand there is something called as deadlines in the IT. Have you heard about this word? Deadlines. Deadlines, have you heard? Okay, probably if you have done. Okay, have you done the project in your academics? Everyone? Everyone? How many of you bought the project? See? No, you have bought the project, right? Honestly, yes. But in the interview, don't tell, sir, I have bought the project, sir. Okay, don't tell. I'll connect to this. Why? Don't tell, sir, I have bought the project and I spent some money, sir. Don't tell. Tell, yes, sir, I have developed the software or I have done the project. Okay. So in the IT industry, there is something called as deadlines. If you meet up the deadlines, you know what all the things that you'll be getting. You know what is the deadline? Very, very simple, guys. Imagine that I'm having a project. I have to give this to the customer. When is the date I have to give him? Whenever you want, you cannot give it, right? Imagine today I came and gave the requirement, sir, on the bit company, sir, come after 2 years. Can you tell like this? No, there should be time frame. Imagine 6 months is the deadline. So in which date you will be giving the product or releasing the product, that is only what we call it as a deadline. So if you meet this deadline in the IT industry, you know what all the things that you'll get? The team, entire team I'm talking about. First thing is, you'll be called for the one-on-one meeting with your manager. Hike will be, okay. Hike in the sense, if you go for, I'll tell all these things. If you go for any, the mega cap companies like Infosys, just because we have heard the names, according to us, you go and ask your grandparents, how many companies have you heard? They'll tell only 5 companies. Bet I'll do only 5 companies according. Wipro, Infosys, Infosys. TCS, TCS. Then Accenture, Cognizant, Capgemini, Capgemini. If you ask your parents, Capgemini, they'll tell. You go and ask your grandparents. They'll tell only 5 or 6 companies. In that, famous is Infosys. We ask Infosys kelsa re, Wipro kelsa. I mean to say that because that era, there those people only those many companies. That's it. Okay. Now, if it is in a that kind of companies, you cannot expect a much more salary hike. Maximum they will give you 10%. 10% is very, very much. Very great to get over there. I'll tell you what is the reality in the upcoming class. Okay. Imagine you will be entitled for a hike. First thing, if you meet up the deadlines. Second thing, in some other companies, in not all the companies, don't tell, sir, in my company they didn't pay. You will be entitled to go for a foreign trip. Foreign trip. This is there in the small companies, in the not as startup. Like when the company is in the market for 10 or 15 years, you will be also eligible to go for international trips. Enjoy like a heaven. Whatever you do, company will pay you. Okay. One thing is hike will be there, international trip, and the next thing you'll be promoted to the next level. Who in the earth will miss this? When I give you this opportunity, will you guys miss this? Yeah, nobody will miss, right? The same thing was happening in the 1950s also. Same thing. If you meet up the deadlines, you will be eligible to hike. You're getting the hike, international trip, and promotion for this developers, because they are only the one who developed the software, right? For them, everything would be there. As a normal person, nobody will miss this, right? Now imagine this, whatever the testing this you'll be doing. No, as I said, before releasing the product, you have to do it, right? Before giving to the customer, you have to test this product and give. Now imagine next week, you're going to release this calculator for that customer. Someone asked that thing, you'll be releasing this one. Now, this week, while he was writing this test cases, so many things, he found out one error like this. Don't you think this is an error? Whatever you have seen here, this is failed. These things are working perfectly fine. Now, there is some problem here. See, one thing, as I said, if you meet up the deadlines, all these things you'll be eligible. Now, who in the earth will miss all these things? Nobody will do it. Now, very, very simple. Developers, what they used to do, they did not mention this one, or they did not tell this to the higher manager also. Sir, hey, they'll come. Manager will come. Is the product ready? Oh, sir, ready, sir. See, we have do everything in front of the manager. You're doing this drama like 5 plus 5. See, sir, 10 is happening. 0 plus 10. See, sir, 10 is coming. 15 plus 5. See, sir, 20 is coming. You do all the dramas in front of your manager, and manager will be so happy. Hey, what kind of a developers I am having? Whatever the input you give, software is giving. Super. Hey, you are entitled. Let's go for international trip. How much of hike you want? 50%. Granted. Go. Where you want? All these things, everyone used to do. Next week came. Okay. Meanwhile, in this 5 days, after showing it to manager, what this great developers used to do, you know, they used to hide this error. In this test case, they used to put a mask on this, like this. And whatever you are doing here, no, the process of hiding the error in the test case is only what we call it as error masking. Very, very important question with respect to interview. What is error masking? Directly they would ask. What is error masking? Simple. Hiding the error in the test case is only what we call it as error masking. Your developer used to do this thing. They used to put a mask on this and they used to tell, see sir, super, it is working fine. Done. Next week came. Next week, they called the customer. They bring all this band baja, full banding and all, dun, 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 like that. They used to come. That make him sit in one place. In front of the customer also, they used to do the same thing. Sir, take sir, whatever the product you have asked. No, take sir, we have given. Do it sir, anything. He won't be doing. This developers only used to take. See sir, tell me the input sir. See sir, 10 plus 5, 15. See sir, 15 you are getting. 25 plus 5, 30 you are getting sir. 150 plus 25, 175 you are getting sir. Sir, you do 3 digits, 4 digits, 5 digits, any digits you do it sir. Your calculator is working perfectly fine sir. Take this and go sir. Customer is so happy. Hey, what kind of see, his job is over. Done. He don't have to use his mind. Simply the calculator is doing all this job. Gone. Customer paid the amount, he took the software, he went away. And that happiness for the customer didn't long last. Why? He was very happy. He was very happy. He was giving different kind of inputs, 200, 300, 400 plus 600, everything the calculator used to give. But when he give this input, simple, 5 plus 0. 0 plus 5. When he press 0 plus 5, what he was expecting? He was expecting 5. What the software is giving? 0. Now, in a just normal way, I'll be asking, imagine that you will order something from the Amazon. Okay, one phone you will be ordering. Say, for example, the screen of that phone is broken. It has been already broken. Will you use the same phone? What you will do? Replace is fine. You will everyone. What the first thing you will do? First thing is you will call to the customer, or there is something called as review, or in the customer, in the Amazon thing, there is something called review. No, majority of them will do, no matter how good the product is. Very worst phone, I got a defected project, 1 star, not even a star would be there. That negative star, if you include in the thing, don't you think so it will affect the rating? Obviously it will affect the rating, right? Normal human being, nobody will accept it, or will you keep like this? One scratch, let it be, no problem. We can use the phone. No, phone is working fine. One scratch is there, not a problem. No problem is there. Let me use. Will you use that phone? You have paid the money. That emotions will be there. Same way, don't you think so that customer who is using that software, will he keep quiet? First thing what he would do? He will come to the company and he started banging that manager. The one who has handed over that software. No. Oh, yen card kotidiya. Oh, simple calculator it cannot do. 0 plus 5 it cannot do. Simple calculation. What kind of software that you have built? I don't want your software. Do you think that customer will again come back to that company? Certainly not. Do you think that he will give any future orders for the company also? Nobody will give. Nobody will. Same thing happened in 1955 also. I don't want to mention the company's name. Same thing happened. And who are the responsible for this? Who? Your great developers. These guys only are responsible. Then what the IT industry done, you know? They sat in one meeting. They, in the group of companies, sat in one meeting and they done, and they came out with the solution. They were worried about how this can be done, because this is very, very, see, it is not a normal thing to deal with. You're losing the business, right? You're losing the business. You're losing the customer. If customer is not there, if you're losing a business, can you survive in the industry? No. They came up with one meeting. All the board of directors sat and they come up with one idea. What we supposed to do? These guys, we cannot trust them. These stupid guys, we cannot trust them. What they can do? Then they started, okay, we'll hire some people, okay, who basically their only duty is to perform the testing on their software. Okay, we'll hire some guys. They have hired one separate group of people. In those days, they have hired, and they gave the designation for this for those people are called as test engineers. They hide and give them a designation. These are the developers. They have given for them also one designation you want, right? They have given test engineers, and there should be a separate domain also. No, these persons cannot they cannot work in the development field. We have to create a separate domain for us. Then they created a separate domain called as testing domain. And what is the roles and responsibility which has been assigned for this test engineers? Their roles and their responsibility is to test the software only. That's it. Nothing else. Whatever these guys do, these guys has to find the defect in that. Finding the defect is the only duty of a test engineer in 1955. Their duty they have paid only for you screw the developers. Don't leave them. Find all the mistakes in them. Their duty is to only find the mistake. That's it. We need some separate people. Those people are only the test engineers. The separate domain called as testing domain got created in the IT industry. And this is how the testing as a separate domain established in the IT industry. And from that moment onwards, and like this, the board of directors came up with one protocols also, or some principles also. In that, so many principles they have made, because once they have done for testing, they have used to do some principles. I'll tell you what are those principles. In the first principle, what they made in the meeting is never test your own code. What is that meaning is, when I'm a software engineer or when I'm a developer, I don't have any authority to perform the testing on my product. If I'm built a product, I should not test my own product. There should be another person who has to do. He can be also the developer, no problem. When you go for a startup companies, you cannot see this developers, testers separately. No, everyone will be hired as a developers only. But the duty of a testing, how you will be doing is, if I'm building the software, he'll be also one of the same developer. He will be testing my software. I'll be testing his software. I should not perform the testing on my own software. This is what is the rules is. To perform this, don't you think so? You should be having the knowledge of testing. If you're going for a startup, I'm telling. In startup, you don't have a separate, this is the testing, this is a developer. No. Everyone will be doing. That's the reason if you get an opportunity to go into the startup without having second thought, directly go into it. Because there you can learn a lot, guys. Trust me, your profile will be here. When you go for Infosys Wipro, still you will be having the tagline. Wherever you go, you'll be having, wherever your bags, pens, Wipro, Infosys. Where recently I got one Instagram thing also related to layoff. Have you seen that? You know, Shraddha, she has done one thing. Except her Aadhaar card, wherever she goes, she has her identity, the company name. Same thing. Wherever you go, your identity will be there for your company. In bags, textbook, the shirts. That you can expect in the mega cap companies, but in the startup, they don't have much funds to give all those things, but they will be doing. But your profile that you will get a you cannot imagine the knowledge that you gain when you enter into the startup. In tomorrow's class, I'll tell you the importance of this industries also. But just as a passing reference, I would tell, if you get an opportunity to work in the startup, please don't think. Second, please do not think. Directly go. Even if the pay scale is also low, fine. No problem. No problem. After completing 2 years, you upload your resume, your profile in the LinkedIn. See how your profile will boost up. So this you cannot expect in the service-based industry. What is the service-based industry? I'll tell. Okay. Now, In the startup, basically, if you have hired as a developer or a test engineer, you will be testing another developer's code, whatever the thing it might be. So right from that moment onwards, they bring some protocols or some principles in that. First unofficial principle of the testing is never test your own code. That means if I'm a person who is developing a software, I should not perform testing on my own software, nor on my own code. There will be another person who will do this thing. This is what it is. This is what is the brief history of how the testing has a separate domain came into IT industry. And from that moment onwards, the developers will not perform testing. And even today also, developers will not perform testing, only except one testing is there. I'll tell you what is that. Developers will never perform the testing. Are you guys clear? Any doubts in this brief history? Is it clear? Everyone? Huh? Okay. Have you guys bought a new book today? No. I want you guys to write this. How you will write? Take a pic. Okay. I'll do one thing. To take a pic of this. But I want you to write this in the next class and come. Will you guys do that? Pakka, I can trust you. Sure. I know. You won't write and come. You already have. Okay. Those who have the new books, okay, take the heading as history of testing. Again, please don't scold me if I'm giving you a lot of notes to write. Okay. Please copy this. This is very, very important. Take down the heading as history of testing and write down this complete thing. Be fast. How was the story? Boring, no? Huh? Okay. And in the notes, highlight this part. This part you highlight. Copy down. Who is your class CR? November A1? No one. Class representative. November A2? Oh, sorry. January A2? No. No one. Shall I make? One person from the girl, one from the girl, one from the boy. Because I have to communicate with everything to them only. I cannot ask everyone who this. I cannot do. I have to ask only the one person. Who is that? Prince, I didn't make you. Didn't make. You understand Kannada? Okay. Let me ask with him and I'll make it. Copied, everyone? Copied. Okay. So below this, write down one small note. One line of note you write down. Write it as error masking. Write down as error masking. Put a colon, continue. Put a colon, continue. The process of hiding the error, the process of hiding the error in the test case, is called as error masking. You copied this everything what is there in the board? Okay, don't want. Shall I continue or shall I stop? Stop. Continue. Tomorrow you guys come. Can I expect the same attendance? Sure. Let me see. Today is house full. Tomorrow, those mid benches will not be there. I know. See, we have seen the person. We have seen that thing. Do not, we know that thing. By end of that is what I said. No, I'll bet you. Okay, I'll give you my 1 month salary. 1 month salary I'll give. I don't think I'll be getting like crores and of rupees and all. Okay, I'll bet on 1 month salary. If you maintain the same attendance, okay, same to same attendance. See, who will take the responsibility of this one? Stand up. Stand up. Wait. Turn around. Wait. Turn. No. I'm telling, see, first thing, turn around and see the crowd. See the crowd. Okay. Now, if your class maintains the same attendance, there is a surprise for you. One surprise. Not only for you, from the entire class. If I see 20% in the reduction, 20%, I'm not talking the 20%, those 2 benches empty somewhere over here. Have you seen now how it is houseful? If you maintain the same thing, there is one surprise from me. I'll keep up my words. Okay. Tomorrow I'll give you my credit card. If you only don't come, it's not my problem. Okay, fine. So usually before that, what we used to do is they have dedicated this 2 hours of the classes for every technology. Okay, done. Okay, so now we have reduced the time frame. We have done it for 1 hour 30 minutes. So basically, I'll be taking only for 1 hour 30 minutes. Before that, if it was a 2 hours also, I used to take it for maximum 1 hour 40 minutes because I understand sitting there and listening to this class is very, very difficult. Trust me, guys, I know the pain, but I don't want you to feel the same pain. So that's the reason I'll end up the class soon. Now also, you don't tell, sir, don't take class for 1 hour, sir. Sir, 1 hour 15 minutes, sir. 45 minutes is fine, sir. Don't do it. Because I also have the deadlines to meet. In between this time only, I have to finish the syllabus also. Daily, I'll be taking sharp at 2 o'clock, end up at 3:30. Done? Let it be any content, or sometimes if the content is less or more, I might extend to only 5 minutes. That's it. You have to spare me only 5 minutes, not more than that. Okay. You guys do that. Okay. So with this, I'll be ending up the session for today. So we'll all meet up in the next class. Okay. So I'll be concluding the class for here. Happy learning. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye bye, guys. Okay. Hey, wait. You don't want attendance. Guys, give me a 2 minutes. I'll just share the QR code. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And any doubts, I'll be sitting it here for the next 5 to 10 minutes, addressing all your doubts. You can ask me. Online students, I'll be here for the next 5 to 10 minutes. You can ask me anything related to the technologies. Clear? Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Online students, just give me a 2 minutes. I'll share you the QR code also. Just give me a 2 minutes. Use attendance.